Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Philip. This is the Ranger's Respite, and it is also Saturday, and that means it's time for a Lost Lantern video. Again, the reason why I do this is not because I'm sponsored by Lost Lantern. Although, Adam, Nora, please, I'll do it for samples. Anyway, I'm not sponsored by Lost Lantern. Most of these are all the Lost Lanterns are bottles that I've paid for. In order to make that happen, I got to sell some of these. These are ballpoint twist pens and rollerball pens. And those are turned from, French oak ex cognac casks, held cognac for 45 years before being used to finish a peated American single malt whiskey in the Pacific Northwest. If you know, you know. Now, what am I actually looking at today? Today, I've got 2025 single cask number 9. This is a 7-year-old Corbin Cash Estate Rye. Like I said, 7 years old, one of 108 bottles, which is not very many. Bottled, of course, at cask strength at 66.5% alcohol by volume. As always, put it in front of my big white billboard of a forehead to look at that color. Look at that nice, beautiful ruby color. On the nose, it's bright. There's a little bit of bright citrus that comes right out like a orange peel. Cloves, cinnamon, a little bit of like a um like Earl Grey tea note. I guess bergamot, which I think is a citrus. I'm not really sure. But also kind of like a black tea note. Just a hint of a menthol note. Again, this is 66% alcohol by volume, so it is a little bit spiky on the nose. Especially since I don't know if you can tell, but the allergies have been kicking my butt. And on that note, if you don't mind, I'm just going to mute myself. Ooh, sorry about that. There's kind of a soft, buttery, like biscuit note buried down in there just a little bit. Hmm. On the palate, ooh, pardon me. On the palate, again, more of that like orange peel, like citrus oils, maybe a little bit of bergamot, black tea notes, a little bit of aniseed, a little bit of mentholiness, a little bit of like that herbaceous green vegetal notes, um, and like Pillsbury Grands, the like flaky biscuits, a little bit of that in there. Coming back to the nose, there's some like dark chocolate floating around in there. I promise I'll try to keep this shorter than yesterday's video. Mm. Oh yeah. There's on the palate. You've got that wave of like citrus, orange peel, bergamot, whatever. That black tea, a little bit of floral note, that core of like baking spice, a little bit of menthol, a little bit of like fennel seed, classic rye core. And there's a note that's like a piece of charred oak. Like if you've ever like um uh done like kebabs, not like traditional kebabs, but like white person grilling kebabs. It's like, you take a bamboo skewer, and you stick it through like chicken and like green pepper and a little bit of onion and whatever, and then you throw it on the grill, and the stick gets burnt. There's a little bit of that burnt stick note in there. Mm. The finish, the finish is interesting. It's like very bitter at first, kind of mellows out. Starts off mostly with that like burnt stick, um, and then like evolves to include some of that like baking spice and citrus notes before it slowly fades away. It's interesting. And I don't think that like burnt steak char note is a bad thing. It just catches me off guard a little bit every time I pour just a little bit. And I don't pour much of this very often. I should pour more of it. Now, I'm going to be real honest. I've heard lots of really good things about Corbin Cash rye whiskey. And I went into this expecting to be, pleasantly surprised with it. And it feels bad that, the 2 or 3 times I poured just a little drop of it to taste, I felt genuinely like I don't think I like it very much, which it's 100% rye. And most favorite ryes are 100% rye whiskeys. And there are elements of it that are genuinely very good. And I like it, but somehow it doesn't really jump at me. But I think I'm going to have to sit with this, think about it a little bit more, try to find something that I really like about it because I want to. And like I said, it does have those really good notes, that like orange peel, bergamot black tea note that, you know, is interesting and I enjoy it. And I like the like little bits of dark chocolate that you like that pop up here and there. And I like that nice rich core of like herbaceousness, and I don't dislike that, char note, but altogether it just kind of doesn't really cohesively evolve into something that I really love, if that makes sense. I don't know. I always ask and answer 3 questions. The first one being, do I enjoy it? And this is a rare for a lost lantern and rare for a rye. And kind of, yeah, but because there are so many elements of it that I do enjoy. It just somehow doesn't come around to being, really amazing rye for me. And that's just my opinion. Second question, as always, is, do I think it's a good value? And the point is moot on this. It's no longer available. Don't worry about it. And the third and final question is, do I recommend it? And on one hand, I'm tempted to say yes, because especially any rye that is 100% rye whiskey that I don't immediately love is different. And that makes me say, I want other people to try this and tell me what they think. I really want Doug's thoughts on this. But I don't know that I'll be able to get him because I don't think he has this bottle. Um, Maybe I'll ask Germ what he thinks. But it doesn't really come together for me. I'm going to have to spend a little bit more time with this. You may see an update video on this in a couple of weeks because I remember not being wowed by it, but like I don't know. I feel like it's hitting me in a less enjoyable way right now than it did last time I tried some. So, and that makes me want to try more. As weird as that sounds, because like I don't know. It feels weird, and it may just be the cold that's, or I hope it's not a cold. I'm pretty sure it's allergies because every time I step outside, I lose my voice. The cherry trees are blooming. The oak trees are dropping their little like oak pollen things. The whole neighborhood's like starting to grow that yellow film of pollen. It's too early in the year for that nonsense. I'm sorry. I don't like that. Anyway, next time you'll see what I review next time. As you know, my spinner, my little wheel that I spin to figure out what I review next, is broken. So next Saturday, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Give me just a second. I need to cough again. Anyway, on Wednesday, I'm going to be taking a look at the Virginia 250 bundle. If you are confused by that, watch my Wednesday review because that's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for it. Maybe unreasonably so, but I'm a huge fan of Virginia whiskey. I had to bum a ride to go out and get one because none of the stores that are near me got any, and that kind of pisses me off. I'm going to talk about that in that video. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for letting me waste your time, especially with my mouse quitting on me. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay happy, stay geeks, sláinte.